Happy Monday. Hello, everybody. Welcome to week 4 of the Blue Coat Santa Sal. This is my birthday sal for this year. Just as a reminder, I'm stitching up Mr. Santa here. Santa and I had a rough day. Santa, let's just say that what I stitched yesterday got removed today. and restitched. Dang it. Hello. I'm in Kansas, but not native. Oh, Janet, I saw you say you're in Topeka. My Wichita girls are checking in. Hi, Lori and Barbara. Well, it's in the 70s in Arizona today. That's nice. A lot of you are saying it's super duper cold. Okay. How's everybody doing? If you attended the Jingle Ball, are you recovering from your weekend? I hope so. I did not really get to attend really anything. I had some stuff this weekend. It was a whole thing. It's all fine though. It's all good. Had to remove stitches too, Peggy said. Okay, good. I'm in good company. Let's see. Sandy and Kim, what's your weather doing? I must have missed. 46. Woo! In Northern California. Yes, cold in Maine, below 0 tonight. Hi, Tara. I'm still all balled out, right? -6 in the White Mountains of New Hampshire. Goodness. Oh my goodness. I am so happy to be here. Sorry, a dog just dropped something really loud. I was like, what in the world? I'm so happy to be here with you guys tonight, though. I really I wanted to just sit and continue stitching, but I'll just continue stitching and chatting with you guys. So let me get all of my stuff ready. Finishing your Jingle Ball class projects. I did not get to those today. I took a little break today, but I am going to work on it tomorrow. Does anyone know when this chart will be available? If you're talking Blue Coat Santa, it's available now. Attended the Jingle Ball for the first time, Peggy said, and enjoyed it. Fantastic. I love that. Leah didn't get to do much of the Jingle Ball either. Yes, sometimes that just is what happens. I think I remember you were from Kansas. Have you? I have not been to the cross stitch store in McPherson. Let's see. Lot going on. It looks like Beatrice said, yeah, it's a busy time of year. So luckily, if you took any classes, you can catch up with them for 30 days. I think the email that Steph sent out this morning said you have till the 6th of January. Am I right about that? I finished one of my pairs from Annie B's. That's the only thing I've got done. I need to finish the other 2. Super happy with this. It took me a little bit of work to get my little stitching. Not doing the pair. That was easy. I've done that before, but I wanted to do the stitching on the side. That was new to me. So I ripped it out about 4 times last night and had to restitch. But yes. Peggy said her poor checkbook cried a lot at the Jingle Ball. I shopped. Yes. Oh, thank you, Rochelle. Mostly shopped, Marcy said. I hopped on Friday evening. I bought what I wanted to buy. I realized I forgot to show one of my purchases. I must have forgot to print it, but it does not matter. And that was about it. And then Saturday I watched 2 classes back to back. Forgot my Stacy Nash class. I didn't even stitch it anyway, so it was fine. And then I watched a little bit of my Stacy Nash class on Sunday, but I had to go pick up groceries and I had to go run an errand. And then, I was like, it's fine. I can watch it anytime. Making the pairs too, Kim said. I do love it. I love it. So I'm hoping tomorrow. I already know tonight, as soon as we're done here, I'm going to go edit Vlogmas Day 8. Almost everything is uploaded, so I just need to go put it all together and get that going. And then I'm going to stitch for probably an hour, hour and a half. Then I'm going to bed. Tomorrow I'm finishing my Stand Up for Santa and my pairs and seeing what else I get up to. Let's see. I missed the hands-on design meet and greet, but Chrissy, I think it's probably a pretty good guess that that is coming. 5 inches of snow in West Virginia. Oh, I'm glad you like the Vlogmas, Donna. Thank you. Struggling with the herringbone stitch on Stand Up for Santa. It takes some practice on something else and then go to the Stand Up for Santa. That would be my best suggestion. I don't know how I'm finishing my gingerbread man. I haven't even stitched the back of him yet, so I'm trying. I didn't start Stacy's ginger class either, Barbara, but I'm hoping. I'm glad you guys are loving Vlogmas. Thank you. It does take quite a lot of work, so sometimes I think I'm going to get to a whole bunch of stuff, and then I'm literally just tired, and I just go to bed and start again the next day. It is what it is. Okay, so here's where I'm at on poor Mr. Santa. So I will tell what I did wrong. I was outlining this and I stopped 1 stitch too short, so I brought it all the way down and over here, and then I stitched all of this and it did not meet up. It was wrong, and that's when I discovered it was wrong, and it was all the way up here. So I had to rip out all of that. I had to rip out that too. Why did I not count this correctly? I don't know. This was fine, and so then I had to restitch that, and I restitched this. So dumb. Ugh. Oh, thank you so much, Catherine. I love the Jingle Ball. Let's see. She didn't use ginger during the ginger class. Okay, thank you. The little bit I saw, she was stitching the gingerbread man, and I went and I looked and I'm like, oh, this class says it's for ginger. I missed the beginning of it. So that's probably why I was lost and had no idea what was going on. The problem here is I stitched this last night thinking I should stitch last night, and I was super tired and I should have just gone to bed like I told myself. And so we won't do that again. But sleep is crucial. Sleep is crucial. I love my sleep. So, believe me, I had a big project for work last week. That is really where things went wonky. It's not Vlogmas. It was the it was the felt project, by the way. It was my little felt ornaments. They messed up my whole, week. Oh, Susan, yeah, that's a bummer. Yep. I can understand that. I might have a mistake on mine, but I'm afraid to try and find it. You know what? So I briefly considered not finding it. Okay, and here's the thing. Let's look at this. So this dark line on his coat goes clear to the black outline in the door, and over here it doesn't. So then I'm like, oh my gosh, I've stitched it wrong over here. So I'm like, well, I'll just match it up over here. But then I looked at it and the chart, yeah, it's not. It isn't even with the door. So, I mean, not that it should be. I realize the house and the coat are two separate things, but that was, I'm sure, why I did what I did when I stitched it. I stopped a stitch short over here to match up, but it didn't need to be doing that. Julie says, Teresa Kogut stocking and Frosty Pals made the top of my list, and the Nativity by Hands On Design. Julie, same. Absolutely same. Okay, I forgot to get some scissors. Let me do that real quick. But I have to walk over my dog because he lays right in the way every single time. Let's see. It's surprising how long it takes to stitch the felt shapes. Yes, it is not a speedy project. It really isn't. It's not as long as a cross stitch project, but it's stitching, it's handwork. So yeah, it does take a minute. Oh, I'm glad you love the felt ornaments. Oh, and Marie says she's glad I'm including some paper crafting. I'm glad you're liking it. I thought it would be a better representation of my crafty day. Since I tend to, I gotta fix something on my screen. Since I do all different things, I just felt like that would be a little bit better or a little more well-rounded. Not better, a more well-rounded representation. Michelle says, bummer you didn't have any cross-stitch advent this year. I don't even know of any. Well, that's not, I mean, I saw a couple, but they're not anything I would want to open. So, you know, I didn't want to spend money on things that I didn't want. Does that make sense? I'm actually okay with it. I'm okay with focusing more on the projects I want to do and just kind of what I get up to during the month and what I'm inspired to work on during the month. Frosty Pals are adorable. Yes, they are. I mostly like the bucket from that. I don't know if I'll stitch the Frosty Pals, but we'll see. So I'm hearing a lot of what favorite charts you bought. If you took a class, let me know what your favorite class was. If you took multiples or if you learned something new, tell me all the things. Oh, good, Erin. I'm glad Erin and Peggy like the felt. I'm so glad. With your influence, I purchased a Canon selfie. Nice, Catherine. You'll really like it. It's super fun. I have to say, it makes me actually print some photos. So that's nice. And it's just so easy. Oh, a pin stitch, Shannon. My starting stitch is a pin stitch. Michelle says, totally gets that. Kitten Stitcher had such a phenomenal box last year, and I know she didn't put one together this year. Yeah, I don't think there is anything comparable. I agree. And I loved last year's box. So it would have to be something like that in order for me to pay for it. Chicken Mittens class was my favorite. So fun. Oh, Susan, that's awesome. Have you posted your ornaments online anywhere, or do you post them? I've seen maybe a couple, but I don't know that I've seen a ton of finishes. I haven't been online a lot either, though. I need to go look. Oh, Lori just said she realized she made the same mistake. Okay, well, that makes me feel a little bit better, Lori. I should not have been gauging it on the door, is all I got there. I took Teresa Kogut's punch needle class, and that might become another rabbit hole, Julie says. I have heard that. I've heard it's super addictive. I have never done it. It looks very fun. I love the texture. That is awesome. I love that there was some punch needle included this year. I used to quilt years ago, and I've inspired you to start again. Oh, nice, Erin. I've really been, I called it my sewing era when I was talking to a friend the other day. Because I felt like making a bunch of sewing projects. Not that I don't feel like cross-stitching. It's just, I have some definite things I want to accomplish. Robin said her husband ordered her a Spellbinders die cutter for Christmas. Oh, that's so exciting. How fun. Haven't watched the recordings yet, but I'm looking forward to the hands-on design class. Kim, which one? I can tell you, I didn't take her little needlebook class, but the Stand Up for Santa class was phenomenal. And I don't say that just because I'm friends with Kathy and I love her. She really gave amazing tips for and knowledge. If you want to make anything a stand-up, she talked about that, and I just found it very, very good. Barbara enjoyed Liz's snow globe class. I used one of the Tim Holtz tricks to light it up. Barbara, no, you didn't. Oh my gosh. Great idea. I love, love, love that. Let's see. I've used the selfie printer for years. Actually, on my second, Sandy said, and I did purchase the clear label paper I used for journaling today. Oh, fantastic, Sandy. Yes, Sandy is our resident scrapbooker here. Scrapbooker, cross-stitcher, card maker. That's awesome, Sandy. Let's see. Studio L, is that right? I took the Annie B's pear class. I have one made. Nice. Yep, Kim said the Stand Up for Santa class. It is so good. I thought it was very, very well done. Yes, Kathy is the best teacher, Chrissy. I 100% agree. She presents in a way that is just very easy to understand. And she also just is a wealth of knowledge. Amy asked for a Spellbinders die cut machine. She has her fingers crossed. Sad I didn't get to do the meet and greets, but I learned my lesson about showing up right at 4 p.m. Eastern on the first day. Yeah, I am sad I didn't get to do them either. And what's funny, I was out running my errands because wasn't Hands-On Designs meet and greet yesterday. And my alert on my phone went off, and I was like, well, I'm not going to make that one. Her written materials are so thorough. She puts in 110%. Yes, she does. Really, really good. Oh, so many of you are... Liz Matthews does such a good job. Oh, that's not correct. Liz Matthews does a great job in her presentations, too. Oh, no, it is. That's great. So that's good. I've loved seeing, I feel like I've seen a ton of the snow globes. So I think a lot of you really enjoyed that class. That's so much fun. Barbara, I'm still thinking about you lighting it up with the Tim Holtz lights. I am loving that. That is so fun. Shelly's going to make her Blue Coat Santa stand up. Yes. And if you took Kathy's class, you 100% could turn Mr. Bluecoat into a stand-up, and I think that would be phenomenal. Yes, absolutely. Oh, good. Studio L also took the Robin Pickens wreath class, and she was a phenomenal teacher. I have heard that about Robin, that she is a really, really good instructor, so that is awesome. Andrea says she loves how Kathy teaches you the skill and process, not just how to make the project. Yes, because you can take that then and really do other things with it. I agree. She's really good at that. I told my friend Lori, who's here yesterday, that I felt like I could take what I learned and make things a stand-up. Okay, so lots of love. Let's see, what else? Shelly goes, that's where I got the idea. Yes, perfect. I wonder what the most popular chart was in the shop this year. What does everybody think? I would love to know. I mean, I know it's so different based on everybody's own personal tastes. But I would love to know what. I know I said this in Vlogmas. I got the Hands-On Design Nativity. I don't think it's called just Nativity. I don't remember what it's called. I'm going to stitch mine as one piece and get it framed. I've been looking for just the right Nativity, and that's it. But I'm looking for suggestions for what color of linen to stitch it on, because I don't want to do blue. Hello! So if you have suggestions for a good linen color to stitch that on, I am all ears, because I'd actually really love to kit that up and get going. Lori says the hands-on design Nativity had to be up there toward the top. Yeah. It's really good. I love that it's the full thing. And I love everything about it, really. Let's see. Are you doing a tutorial on finishing Blue Coat Santa? Jane asked. Yes, ma'am. It will be later. Well, it probably will be Saturday, to be honest. I have to finish stitching mine first. I was going to shoot for Friday, but I think maybe in the original schedule, which I don't even... Oh, maybe I do have here. Hold on. Let's just see what I said. December the 13th, everyone. Well, I better get to stitching, huh? The finishing tutorial will go live December the 13th. Let's see. Let Ginger and Sugar, Smoking Santa. Ginger was the big one. As far as the class, I've heard that there was a lot. Yes, I got that email too. I'm thinking the things that you bought in the shopping haul. Teresa, Frosty Pals, or Annie B's Oh Holy Night. I had planned on sitting out the classes this year, but the day before I panicked and signed up for the Liz Matthews class and was glad I did. I'm so jealous. I almost panic bought it and I didn't. Tara almost had me convinced I should go do it and I didn't. But the good news is it'll probably be available. If not publicly, it'll be in the Jingle Ball next year. So I could always go do that. Okay, this is going to be so dumb. And I know everybody's going to be like, Nicole, you should have read. For some reason, I thought she stitched those on plastic canvas when I originally saw it. And I was like, I don't want to stitch on plastic canvas. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I just didn't want to stitch on plastic canvas. But it wasn't, was it? It was on fabric? I don't know what I was thinking. I've seen so many and they're all so stinking cute. Teresa says Winter Brew is for stitching the Nativity. Look, Winter Brew is always the answer. I bought Frosty Pals. I was going to stitch the Nativity, but was waiting to see what you picked first. It's going to have to be something that the colors show up good on. I just don't want to do blue. It's beautiful and it pops. It's just, it was fabric. Yeah, Tara, I'm a little slow. It was a really good class and you finished stitching yesterday. Yay! I cannot wait to see. She does a good class. I think Liz does an amazing presentation. So, yeah, that was probably a mistake for on my end for not taking it. Kim says she bought everything. Well, Kim, great. We know where to go if we need something. Straw by Weeks. It's kind of yellowish though, isn't it, Amy? I'm not a big fan of super yellow undertone, but maybe. I think I have straw. I'll pull it out and look, okay? We have Winter Brew and straw as suggestions. And yes, the technique works on all of the things. I cannot believe that I'm such a ding-dong. Oh well. They're really cute. I'm really kind of mad at myself. I almost panicked, bought the class at the last minute, and then I was like, no, don't do that. Yeah, that was my one regret of the weekend. Let's see, Kate, she says it would be a shorter list to name what she didn't buy. Oh my goodness, you guys, that's so funny. Oh, I love it. Yeah, I really got to figure out a fabric. I'll probably just pull some, try things out. I want it'll be a neutral for sure. Okay, straw and winter brew. Well, I have winter brew right here, so I know what that looks like. Just need to see what the colors look like on it. Okay, so for that class, did you source your own jar for it and everything? Or if you ordered the kit, did she send the jars? How'd that work? And clearly, I didn't read anything. So no one scream at the screen being like, Nicole, what is wrong with you? I already know lots of things. I always use the basic stand by Vintage Country Mocha, Amy said. You know, yes, that's a good suggestion too. I have to pull the colors for the nativity, but thinking needle and flax Dolly Madison. Tara, yeah. I don't have any of that. I need to get some because I'm wondering about that too. Keep me updated. We'll chat later. Jane said it was her first Jingle Ball and she loved it. I love that. I'm so glad. Procrastinating, making a tree skirt for my sister. She's pressuring me to do it because she bought me the quilt as you go project from June Taylor 2 Christmases ago. Okay, is there anything worse than the guilt of doing something when you don't really want to do it? Oh my gosh, Lori, who sent that? Was it in our text thread, our friend group text thread? Somebody sent this meme of Christmas, like when you start making Christmas gifts for somebody, and it says that there's a point in all Christmas gifts that you make, or all gifts, maybe it was, that you 100% are not making it with joy and love in your heart or something to that effect. It was hilarious because we've all been there where you're making a gift for somebody and you hit that point and you're like, yeah, I'm not loving this. Do I love them this much? Oh my gosh, it was so funny. I keep thinking that as I work on some Christmassy gifts. Oh my goodness, Andrea said she thought it was perforated paper too. Thank goodness. Oh yeah, perforated paper. I think I said plastic canvas. I meant perforated paper. Thank you. Okay, you didn't get the jars in the kit. Sourced your own from Michael's. She sent links. Yeah, and Liz does such a good job with her emails prior to class too. Yes. Okay, good to know. Gonna open up the nativity, or kit up the nativity tomorrow, Kim says, and she's gonna stitch it all in one piece on a neutral as well. Look, all I can think about now is going and buying some Dolly Madison, since Tara mentioned that. Is it in stock anywhere? I totally just unthreaded my strand of floss. Oh yes, that's what it was. It was Lori. She goes, just know that halfway through it, it was not made with love. Oh, you guys, that's going to be... It just... Every Christmas gift I make this year, I'm going to laugh about that. I think it's too funny. Love the hands-on design and Liz Matthews classes. They're both fantastic instructors. Also got a lot of new charts from the shopping haul that you're excited about, Crafty Kate said. Which ones, Crafty Kate? Tell us what your favorites are. Tara's going to go pull the colors. Okay, well, I'm still live, so I won't order it right this minute. Even though lately... Oh, gosh, what am I doing? Have I stitched before? No. It's starting to appear like I've never stitched in my life. I was just crossing those all again. Tara's going to get us hooked up, Lori. I have a feeling she'll tell us if It's the right choice. Oh, shoot. I should have just run this under my stitches the last time. How's everybody doing? Michelle, oh, what did Michelle say? I missed part of it because she's saying she's stitching over one so it fits in. I got 2 different types, shapes of wide mouth snow globes from Dollar Tree and stitching my motifs on 32 count linen. Haven't had a chance to watch the class yet. And then Michelle says, and stitching over one so they will be small and fit nicely in the snow globes she purchased. I bet they are going to be absolutely adorable. Jane says, I've never stitched on linen because it intimidates me. Since you are stitching while we talk, would you give a quick lesson on stitching on linen? What do you normally stitch on? Do you stitch on Aida, Lugana? What do you normally stitch on? And yes, I will. Hi, Karen. Leah goes, I love that meme. I'm currently making 50 homemade tags for my husband's work, and I'm not sure they were made with love, right? Everybody now is going to think that. When you're making your gifts, just know that 50% of the way through it, it was not made with love. Lori. Isn't that just what our daughters do? They don't need you for months, and then all of a sudden, they need something right now. Peyton always sends me the meme of, well, first of all, she blows up my phone with mom, mommy, mom, mom, mom. And then she'll send me the meme. Don't you know you have nothing better to do than answer me? Even though when I text her, it's radio silent half the time. Kids. Peggy, I might be weird, but I buy PDFs so I can have the pattern now and start, then buy the real pattern book later. No, Peggy, you're not weird. And you're not the only one I've heard say that. Jane says Ada. Okay, perfect. So what you need to think of when you are stitching on a linen or even weave is instead of going over, I call it one square, but one thread like you do on Ada, you are going to go over 2. So where you start, let me get a start first so we're not doing that. I don't want to completely throw you off. Let me just get my thread snipped up here. Oh my gosh, here's another great one. Let's see. She goes, here's another meme. Just so you know, if you have ever received a handmade gift from me, know that it is not ethically made. Human suffering was involved at some point. Oh, you guys are coming in with all the good ones tonight. Who's still working on making Christmas gifts? Oh, yes, I got it. Let me make sure I got this started correctly. All right. Let me start over on my explanation. Oh, shoot. What are you even doing here, Nicole? It's like I've never stitched. Okay. So instead of a single square, where you come up, you're going to count over 2 linen threads. So instead of, I don't know if you can see this, you're going to go over one of these. When you hear people talk about stitching over one, that means they're stitching kind of like, think about it like Ada. So they're only stitching over one little X. That's not normally how you stitch. Just some charts call for that. So you're going to go over. So you're going to kind of count, like I count the little holes, basically. I'm going to skip this row right here in between. So see how where I came up, there's this whole row of little holes? You're going to go over that when you make your diagonal. So I'm having to hold this really weird so you can see it. So there I've come in. And then when I go back to cross it, straight down, you look where I'm at right here. Let me put my needle in where I just came up, or went down, pardon me. So here's where I am. See my needle? We are going to skip this next hole right below that and go in the one below. So you're basically skipping a thread, skipping a hole in the line. Let me see if I can move my needle out of the way. I don't know if that shows super good. Like that. And it's going to feel, if you've been stitching on Ada, it's going to feel a little awkward at first, but I like to think of it like any skill. The more you do it, the better you get. So you'll start to kind of feel it. And I would probably start, like, what count of Ada do you normally stitch on? If you stitch on 14, I would start with a 28 or a 32 count linen. So that's kind of would be the equivalent. Okay, so if you see my stitches, see how that, where the top of my X is and the bottom, there's a whole row underneath. That's, my needle hasn't gone in or out. Andrea says your back is so neat. Thank you. I really like to have my backs neat. I used to not care, and now I'm kind of funny about it. Count and 1 and 2. Teresa, that's a great tip too. When you're starting it, so I always kind of, when I first learned, I come up and I'm going to, let me see if I'm in frame. So 1, and we're going to go down at 2. And same thing there. I'm skipping 1, going in 2. So Teresa has a good point. Kind of think 1 and 2. Go in at 2. 1 and 2. I'm glad you didn't miss the live either. I'm knitting emotional support chickens for my kids and my family, Kim says. Beatrice, I don't think there is a video for those bows. And I didn't do one because there's a book for it. I don't know. What's throwing you? And I'll see if I can help you, talk you through it. Shelly says someone here suggested I start with 28 Lugana and then to 28 linen. Best advice ever. Well, good. I'm glad. Peggy says, I think the kind of floss makes a difference. For what? For stitching on linen? Let's see. Amy says, went from Ada to Lugana, then linen. Jane says, I'm literally up at my TV screen watching. Okay, well, I'm glad. I probably should do, I should just do a video on that with a magnifier so it's a little bit easier. I'm so glad to be able to listen while hand quilting. Last year I offered my mom to hand quilt her quilt because her hands hurt now. Oh, that's so sweet. And you had 3 months of hand quilting every night, almost a finish. That is amazing, and what a wonderful gift to do that for your mother. I love that. Barbara started Ginger during the live, yay, and having a really hard time seeing the threads on the called for fabric, even with 3 times magnification. Oh, did you get the called for, Barbara? Dang. Your stitches look cleaner. You know what? This is most of this is DMC. Almost everything on here is DMC. I'm so sorry. Stranger danger. I think UPS is here. The only thing that is not DMC on here, well, other than the things I changed. So I did use a week's. I'm sorry. Let me mute it. No one wants to listen to Frank. So sorry, everyone. Thank you so much for this super chat. That's so sweet of you. Okay. I did use an overdyed for the white. And the blues are also an overdyed. The house is completely DMC. The beiges are all DMC, and I think they all are beautiful. So, I think it's just kind of, it's practice. It is all practice, because if I don't stitch for a while, sometimes I look at my stitches and I'm like, what is this hot mess? It just takes a little bit to kind of get yourself back into that rhythm of stitching. Hattie is now barking. Karen, I'm sorry. Danae says Frank strikes again, right? He is so annoying. I mean, it could have been the wind blowing outside and he barked at it. Frank does think he's a beast, and he has 14 pounds of nothing. 14 pounds of hair. Okay, I will do that. It will likely be after the first of the year, though. I have several things that people have asked for that I really just need to do. It's kind of one of my goals for 2026 is to focus on some of those core videos people have asked for. Yes, absolutely, Peggy. Yeah, everybody with dogs, their dog is awake now. And if you were falling asleep, maybe you're awake now too. Michelle, that's funny. Michelle, I loved your cards that you posted. Those are gorgeous. So what's everybody got on the agenda this week? Do you have any like big projects that you want to get done? Are you just doing what you want? I'm a big fan of doing what you want. Are you still making Christmas gifts? I think I asked that earlier, but... Or starting to plan a wedding like Lori's got going on over there. Rochelle hasn't stitched for 40 years. What is the difference between DMC and overdyed? Overdyed just means that they have taken the cotton floss and they have dyed it so that it has variegation in it. It means it's not going to be that solid flat color. For example, let's just take the blue I'm using right now, which is an overdyed. This looks a little bit janky. I'm going to lay it here on my white. I think it'll show a little bit better. So this one has very subtle variegation, but all of the light areas, the light blue areas, see how it kind of looks light and then dark and just gives you that really nice variegation. It's all one single color strand of floss. It's not multiple different colors of DMC, and you get that look. So it is this color right here. As opposed to, like, this is a DMC, and see how it's a solid all the way through? This has a little bit of variegation in it. Here's another one of the blues. You can see that it's kind of got some lighter and darker areas in it. That's what overdyed means. It just means that they've taken it and dyed it with multiple colors so that you get variegation in your stitching without having to change to a lot of different colors. Connie, can you explain the difference between Lugana and Ada? I'm in rural Iowa, so it's not like I can go to a store. Okay, Lugana is going to be an even weave. It's not going to be like Ada. I would say it would be more similar to linen. You'll stitch on it like I'm stitching here over 2 linen threads, where Ada is not going to be that way. But instead of linen means the threads will be uneven in places, which is what a lot of linen stitchers like. They like that maybe some of the threads are, let's look over here in this area. Some of the threads are thicker than others. That's what linen is. A Lugana is going to be, it's an even weave basically, and that's going to be a consistency all the way through. So you're not going to get some strands that are thicker than others. That's all that means. Already ordered fabric and floss to start Liz Matthews Comfort. Liz Matthews Comfort, and does she have a Comfort and Joy chart too? Because Plum Street does. Working on Nativity Christmas ornaments. Awesome. Quilting and binding the quilt from the Jolly box. Oh, how fun! The top came out so cute. That was a cute pattern. Still a beginner. It's a good pattern for a beginner. Halfway done, Liz's Comfort and Joy from this weekend. Okay, I didn't realize her chart was called Comfort and Joy. Look at that. I've learned something new today. I have never used overdyed threads, only DMC, so I want to explore those. They are very fun. It really just kind of depends on, you know, what you personally like. A lot of designers also give you the DMC equivalent, so if you don't want to stitch with an overdyed, you don't have to. You can do it all in DMC. Scrap and Jenny, my goal for 2026 is to stitch a Nora Corbett pixie for her granddaughter. Aww. Got a big Christmas party for work this weekend, and work in my daughter made me do. I want to do that, but I got to. Yeah, I know. You're welcome. Rochelle likes the variegated look. Yes, I do too. But I also like, Teresa's really good about this, that you don't have to do the whole chart in overdyeds. So she picked the blues to do in overdyeds, and then everything else is charted in DMC. I did choose an overdyed white. It's very subtle. I don't even know. Well, it does a little bit. In real life, you can see there's a little bit of variegation in his beard. And for me, that's just my personal preference. I didn't want it to be super solid. And I use Weeks Dye Works Grits. Susan, I have never done WhipGo, and I know this is going to make me sound like a big dummy, but I can't understand how it works. I have looked, I've read about it, I have watched the videos. I must have a mental block. I don't quite understand it. Is there a WhipGo for Dummies description somewhere that will help someone like me understand? Oh, yes, you're right. That Comfort and Joy did come out last year in the Kitten Stitcher box. I didn't realize that's what that one was called, but that makes sense. Let's see. Going to start New Year's, the biggest cross-stitch design I've ever made. It's a couple of mouses sitting by the fire in a living room, designed by Chris Dunn. It's called Simple Pleasures. Oh, I haven't seen that. I'll have to look it up. Well, good luck with that. That's awesome. Finishing Stand Up for Santa. Yes, I really want to finish all my pairs and my Stand Up for Santa tomorrow. That is my goal. Leah says she doesn't understand WhipGo either. Thank you. I was like, everybody's probably going, oh my gosh, what is wrong with you? Thank you, Leah. You and me. Barbara thinks of Ada as a little box with holes at each of the four corners. Even weave in linen, you have to visualize count threads to make the box. Barbara, I like that description. Thank you for sharing that. That's a great description for stitching on Lugana or linen. Working on Green Coat Santa. I love Green Coat Santa. Can't wait to start the Midnight Santa. Me neither. So beautiful. Although I'm almost convinced to stitch the Sweet Moon Santa that's stitched on, the model stitched on black. That was in the Kitten Stitcher box last year, but is out now. He's in the yellow coat. I've seen it stitched on, I feel like she stitched on Winter Brew or something similar. It probably wasn't Winter Brew. I'm sure she said what she stitched it on. I wish I had got the photo. You know what? I'll just show it to you on my phone, because I saved it. She stitched it on a neutral instead of the black background, and she changed the coat to red, and I am obsessed. I'm thinking about changing it. Let me find it. Oops, let me switch to a different camera so you can see. Look at how good that looks. I'm kind of obsessed. And it would be a lot easier than stitching on black. Don't you guys think? I love it so much. Oh yeah, Lori, is that the one? The one I just popped up there? I am obsessed with it. Okay, Retro RX, hello friend. WhipGo, you make a bingo board with 25 squares and you assign projects or themes or whatever to each. And monthly, 2 squares are drawn to tell you what to work on. Okay, here's what, okay, that makes sense. Thank you. That was WhipGo for Dummies, and that makes sense. Thank you, thank you. I don't know when Teresa's going to open Woodland Santa, or release Woodland Santa. I am afraid that I do what I want too much, but some big projects, that would be a really good thing, like to at least, you just like at least work on them, right? I might try to do it this year. Thank you for explaining that. I saved it. That was awesome what she did to that Santa. Oh, good. Tara saw it too. Look, I think I'm doing that. What's funny is she and I had messaged back and forth about reds, and I didn't realize that's what she was stitching on. And so when she posted it, I'm like, oh, dang. I want to do that. Yes, everybody's loving it. Oh, Needle and Flax Steinbeck. Thank you, Tara. I have that. Which is what I used. Okay, for Holiday Stroll. Perfect. What red would you use for the Santa coat? I would use what she used. And she even tells you. I'll pull it right up and tell you guys. How about that? She used, oh, it's right here, all of the information. She used Classic Colorworks Holly Berry. So she used that variegated floss, which is what gives her all of that movement in the coat. And Classic Colorworks is going to be super easy to get. It's not going to be like, you know, something that might be discontinued or whatever. I'm totally doing that, by the way, because I love red. Do WhipGo. It's super cool, Kim says. Just set it up to work for you. Okay. I'll try. Hey, I'm game. I'm game to try anything. Oh, she released Woodland Santa at the Jingle Ball? You guys, did I not shop very... I mean, I have it, but did I not shop very good? I don't think I did. Oh, I need a lot of help lately. And Leah says now she understands WhipGo. Isn't Retro RX the best? That makes sense to me. Leah, maybe you and I need to try, huh? And Susan's going to be a first timer too. How many bags did you get out of the Jolly Box when you cut the fabric? Beatrice, 3 complete bags, and I think I need to look, but I think I have enough to make a smaller version like Lori made me for my birthday out of Tilda fabric. I think I'm going to make a smaller version too. I was able to get 3 though of the big one. And I know my daughter doesn't watch this, so she's getting one of them. She lives in Colorado and they can't get plastic bags at any of the stores. And she loves the other one I made her, and she's always hinting that she wants more. So I'm kind of thinking I'll do seasonal ones for her. And then you guys might have to just keep watching Vlogmas for maybe a chance for another one. She released it Saturday because people were asking. Oh, she used your model, Tara. That is so awesome. Okay, good. So it wasn't me being dumb. It was me not attending any of the Jingle Ball festivities and paying attention. That is good to know. Thank you. Karen, I need to do WhipGo for sewing too. Okay, Karen, I'm going to set up a cross stitch one, but maybe you and me should set up WhipGo for all the sewing and quilting projects we've got going on, huh? Yes! Leah says, let's do it. WhipGo 2026. Yes, I know. Now that's what I needed. I needed a simple one-sentence explanation for it. Hello, Kat. Kat, you've missed so much. We have discussed all of the things this evening. Oh, I'm so glad she released it. That's awesome, Tara. Oh. Tara's finish of Woodland Santa, in case you haven't seen it. Has everyone seen it? Do I need to pull up my phone and show everybody during the live before we leave tonight? Since it's a show and tell kind of night, I'm upset. I can't quit thinking about that red coat for the Santa, and that it's on that beautiful Steinbeck fabric. I think that's what I've got to do. You can do WhipGo for sewing, knitting, etc. Super fun, Kim says. I should have done a poll, but I didn't. Do a lot of you do WhipGo? I know I always see a lot of people start it and then, they peter out part of the way through because then you want to work on other things. But I think it would be a good way to jumpstart and keep me motivated at least for a while. Yes, show us Woodland Santa. Yeah, I will. We're about done anyway. So let me pull up my main screen. Let's just pull up Tara's Instagram. Look at that Woodland Santa. How good is that? Absolutely gorgeous. Tara, how many Santas have you got stitched so far this season? Deborah says, make a couple of squares, do what you want. You know what? As we know, I probably will. Crafty Kate, I need to stitch some ornaments for friends, die cutting some floss drops. I love matching the pattern paper to my projects. That's awesome. Let's see. I did WhipGo last year and loved it, except November and December. I wanted to stitch only Christmas, but I will be doing it again. Suggestion, limit time to maybe 2 or 3 days. Sandy, that's a great suggestion. Thank you. Rochelle had never heard of WhipGo until tonight. Yes, I've heard about it, but like I said, I was so confused. I wasn't exactly sure, but that makes sense to me that you fill out the 25 squares and then when the numbers get pulled, that's what you work on. The simplified version works good for me. I forgot to purchase that Santa last night, Peggy said. The good news is it probably will be released in about a year, so... Jane says, that's beautiful, Tara. Have you showed it on your channel? I think she's, if I'm not mistaken, Tara, I don't want to speak out of turn, but I think it's been finished after her last video. So she'll probably share it in the next one if I'm not speaking out of, like I said, out of turn. I watched a WhipGo video on YouTube. I forgot. Yes, who is it who hosts that, Susan? What's her name? Jessie Marie Does Stuff. Thank you. I thought it was a super clever name. On YouTube, Jessie Marie Does Stuff. Search that up and put WhipGo. This is kind of like her thing. And she does have a video about it. I did watch it, but I just needed the dumbed down version for me. Oh my gosh, Tara says it's finished and at the framer now. That's so awesome. She says, I'm working on 2 now, but finished 5. That is so amazing. So amazing. Kim says, I want to stitch Christmas all year long. Kim, what if we did WhipGo and only put Christmas in it? Because I too want to stitch Christmas all year long. And then every month it would pull 2 Christmas things to work on. The rest, you can just work on them. But then, the rest of the month you can stitch whatever you want. I think that might be how I do WhipGo this year. What do you guys think? I think I might have hit on how it would work for me. Janice says she loves WhipGo. She finished 25 projects using this. Lots of flexibility. Pull out oldest projects, start something new. It's great. Yes. Oh my gosh. I think I'm totally going to do Christmas. Because I have a lot of Christmas things, and we all know that the Christmas season is just too short to get enough stuff stitched. They are Christmas trees. This shirt is from J. Crew Factory. The only bummer, I should have realized that they're printed on here and not embroidered. But when I got it, I'm like, oh, they're flat. But it's really cute. It's seasonal. It's festive. I bought it on sale when they had their like Black Friday sale or whatever. But it's super cute. But J. Crew Factory. Yes, Sweet Pickle Farm needs a fall WhipGo and a Christmas one. Yes, I am totally doing Christmas WhipGo. Love it. Yep. Kim says she's in. Teresa's in. Jane says yes. Stitch Christmas. Oh my gosh, how fun. Okay, you guys, I can't believe it's been an hour. Can you? I'm going to go put jammies on, and I'm going to work on, well, first, I'm going to put jammies on. Then I'm going to go edit my video, get that up, and then I'm going to sit and stitch for a little bit. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Please make sure and join me on December 13th. It will be an edited video for the finish. I am going to finish it like the model, like the chart. So it'll be like a pillow design. But Shelly, as she mentioned here in our chat tonight, she's going to make a stand-up. If you took Kathy's stand-up for Santa class, he would be an incredible stand-up. So finish it however you want, but I will have an edited finishing tutorial for you guys here. And I appreciate you all so much. Thank you for joining me tonight. Thank you for joining me for Vlogmas every day. And I will see you guys all in the next video. Bye, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me today. I truly love sharing creativity with this amazing community of crafters. A special thank you goes out to my wonderful Patreon members. I appreciate you all so much. If you'd like to join us on Patreon, you'll find the link in the video description below. Patreon is a private community where you can support more of what I do and enjoy exclusive content, behind-the-scenes updates, and extra perks. There's something for everyone, and we'd love to have you join our growing community. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to my channel, click that like button, and don't forget to hit the notification bell so you never miss a new video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.